Katie Allman reporting for TTN HD Production Live, here with Jason Bene. Jason, how did you get into the business?
Well, actually, I wasn't looking to get into the business. I've always been a fan. I happen to be on Facebook, and I am friends with a lot of people that are in the business because I admire their work. And somewhere along the line, I came across a gentleman named Donnie Broussard, who runs a website called Killer Film, which honestly at the time I'd never heard of it. Come to find out, it's been around for a couple years, and they were looking for somebody in the Los Angeles area for obvious reasons because there's so much going on here. And he said, you know what, are you a fan or are you a critic? I said, I'm just a fan. I've never done this work before. So I was a little intimidated because I understood that I was going to be doing interviews and screenings and red carpets and things that I never thought I'd be able to do. So I told him, you know, yes, but I was a little nervous. But I jumped right in with 2 feet, and almost 3 years later, I've interviewed some of my idols, people I thought I'd never even have a chance to meet, let alone interview, like John Carpenter, Joe Dante, John Landis, Mick Garris. I've started my own retrospective series called Late Night Classics, which is my pet project. I grew up in the 80s. So back then when you were a teenager, you spent a lot of time at the video stores. And really, I really missed that era of film, and I wanted to do something that was a tribute to those kind of films that people don't really make anymore. So I came up with Late Night Classics. And almost 100 retrospectives later, probably 75 interviews, scream queens like Betsy Russell and Brinke Stevens, and to some of the directors I've already mentioned. So honestly, and it's a dream come true. It's something I thought I would never be able to do, and it's an honor and a privilege, and something I don't take for granted.
What's the most challenging part about your job?
It's not as easy as people think it is to either write a review for a movie or do an interview, as you know. You have to do your homework. You have to do, check your facts, because if you don't, you get into an interview, you're going to get called on some misinformation. So if you're going to use the internet to do your research, be aware that not everything is correct, whether it's IMDb or Wikipedia or whatever. Just realize that you're gonna make some errors, and that's the most difficult part. And when something gets published, it looks easy, like, oh, okay, yeah, those are good questions and answers, but you know what? It's really not. And as far as interviews go, people don't come knocking down your door for an interview. You have to hustle and go and honestly go ask. And the worst thing anybody can tell you is no. What I learned is just ask, and most of the time they'll say yes.
What's the most rewarding aspect of it?
I think some of it's a little bit of an ego. I think
very honest answer.
It's true. Everybody likes to be patted on the back for doing a job well done. I don't consider it a career for me. I feel like it's a labor of love, a passion thing that I do. It doesn't, pay my bills per se, but I've never looked at it that way. To me, I should be paying Killer Film to do what I do. To be quoted on movies, to turn on the TV and watch a TV spot and have a quote come up with your name is amazing. Or just a poster. It's just kind of like, hey, you know what, you're doing a good job and people are aware of it. And I love that. And it's competitive. It really is. When you write on the internet, there are so many websites, so many different people doing reviews. It's very hard to separate yourself in the competition. So I think you have to have a voice and passion, and you don't necessarily need a degree in writing or English. It helps, but I think your passion will show, and people will gravitate towards you by your passion and the way you write.
And where is the best place to find more about you and your work online?
Well, you can go to killerfilm.com. You don't even need to put in www. I'm pretty much, I do a lot of the news for the site. So I'm always looking for stories, stuff that I think our fans would be interested in. The Late Night Classics is practically a weekly retrospective column. So you'll see me there, and I'm doing interviews, and I'm on Facebook at Jason Bene. I'm on Twitter at Jason Bene. And you know what? I'm a regular guy.
Okay.
That just a little bit lucky, the right place at the right time. At the same time, you have to, you have to you have to work hard, and that's how you're going to make it out there. So if you really want to do this, you have to go for it. If not, nobody's going to come looking for you. So that's where you guys can find me.
Well, thank you so much, Jason, and I look forward to seeing your future work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks. I'm Katie Allman reporting for TTN HD Production Live.